Hello, my name is Nicholl, and thank you so much for taking this time out to listen. Today, I am going to be talking with my son. He is one of 4 sons, and he will be talking about his experience being a son of his father, who would be considered older, okay? His father had his first child at 46 years of age. And so I thought that this would be good for him to talk on the eve of Father's Day about his dad. He's been on the planet for almost 10 years now. So he can be able to talk about the experience of being with an older father for almost 10 years through the time that he was a baby and to elementary school so far, okay? So for you older dads, you will definitely enjoy his perspective on being a son of an older dad. So I am here with Royce. Say hello to the YouTube NM Enterprise 7 audience.
Hello.
And Royce, tell me, how has it been being on this planet for almost 10 years and having a dad who is not like typically young, you know, like 20s, and you've seen like some of the younger fathers, you know, coming and picking up their, you know, kids. Can you just tell me just a little bit about just your thoughts?
Well, it kind of feels normal. I mean, like, usually, like, younger dads, they would go out, take their kids to the park, stuff like that. And then, my dad, he does the same thing, basically, so he could stay in shape and all that. And then sometimes he goes and cooks us food, or helps us with different things, teaches us life lessons at times, or new words, or, yeah, stuff like that. So, basically, it's kind of the same.
And have you noticed anything different, like between the older dads and the younger dads, like visually, like things that you can see that are different?
Well, I guess it's like older dads, they watch TV more and stuff like that, and then younger dads, they're usually out doing younger dad stuff. Yeah.
As far as the shape, like, have you noticed anything as far as like bodily appearance, and is that the type of thing that you know, little kids even pay attention to?
Well, for me, yeah, kinda, but usually I think like younger dads are more slimmer, and then older dads are kind of like a bit on the muscular and kind of like not to be rude, but kind of fat size.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But does that have any, you know, bearing on like how they participate with their children?
Well, not exactly. It's kind of like they could do like, well, the younger dads can do like different things than the older dads, and the older dads can do different things than the younger.
Do you have any suggestions on what the older dads could do with, you know, their sons and daughters?
Well, probably, like, I actually did this once. They could ask them if they want to, like, watch TV with each other or do something like that, because I've actually did that once. So, like, basically, I put in Madden 13. Yeah, Madden 13. It's a football game, and, so basically, I just put that in, and then I did 2 different teams, Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Green Bay Packers. Then I turned off the controller because I didn't want to, you know, play the game and stuff. So then we just watched the whole game. So yeah, or then with girls, and they probably want to do like tea parties or go out shopping, something like that. Yeah.
So dads can definitely make a difference in their children's lives just by participating in the simple things.
Yeah.
So what are some things that you are learning from your dad that if you had some children, what would you do?
Well, I'm probably learning that I should be taking them out and like taking them to different restaurants, get them stuff, go out to the basketball courts or something like that. Or, like, do what I did, go and watch some TV.
That's good information. Definitely good information for those dads who have trouble doing that. You know, not every dad is involved in their child's life. For the dads, though, that are not really involved with their children, do you have anything to say to them? Because I know you do go to school with some children who, you know, unfortunately their dads are not living at home with them.
Well, I'd say that if you don't have a dad, then try to make the best of it with your mom, because your mom, even though she's a girl, it doesn't mean that she can't do stuff that your dad does. Like, so basically, like, tell your mom, like, you want to go to the back and watch some TV, and if she says yes, then you could try to make, like, a bond with her, instead of, like, always having to be with your dad and all that, if you don't have one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bond. So that advice is for the children. What about for the dads? What can a dad do who's not in his child's life all the time? What could he do?
Well, he could probably, like, stay in contact with them, like, give phone calls, FaceTime, messages, stuff like that, send videos, postcards, if they're not always involved in their life.
Mm-hmm. And how do your friends feel who don't have their dad around?
Well, usually they don't really talk about it. They're actually having, like, a normal life, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, some of the children in my class, they live with their grandparents.
That's good. That's good. So you hear it, dads. I mean, you have to reach out. You know, I don't care what the age is. Royce is aware that I wrote a book called Say Goodbye to Dad, and that's for those individuals who did not have a good relationship with their fathers. You know, Royce is one of the blessed ones. And so, you know, when you hear a child speaking who's only been on this planet for almost 10 years saying, you know, hey, dad can reach out, he can FaceTime, he can, you know, get on a plane, you know, and make the necessary arrangements to sit down with the child at least, you know, a couple times a year. There are ways to do things. Royce, would you like to add anything about, you know, just fathers in general?
Well, fathers, the thing I really like is their mustaches. Those are very cool. And so that's why I want to have one when I'm a dad. And I think they were built, like, when they were created, I think they were built to be, like, as they are now.
And that is?
And that's being, like, playing with their children, loving their wives, or their wives, and doing dad stuff.
And what is dad stuff nowadays? I know back when I was younger, dad stuff was he was the handyman or he was fixing cars. You know, what is dad stuff looking like nowadays?
Dad stuff is basically nowadays is on the computer, on watching TV, sometimes going to the gym or going out to the park or something like that to, like, stay in shape. And sometimes they cook, not all the time, but, and, yeah, that's basically the 4 things.
Dad's stuff is also what? There's one major thing.
Sleeping.
One other thing.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Working.
Oh, yeah.
Dads nowadays are still working, but then there are those dads that aren't, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is that when dad is just showing that he is active in his family, the children are going to pay close attention. You watch your dad, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you watch your dad interacting with me? Like talking?
Yeah.
And you see what life, I guess, in a mini way is like out there. Do you see like dads out on the street doing all sorts of interesting things with their children?
Basically just talking.
Mm-hmm. Now, that is key, what he just said. Basically talking. Because you see, people are going to see the communication. and they're also going to see the lack of communication. And if they feel like there is no connection, no relationship, that also will affect other areas of that person's life. You see, so you might want to connect with that person, but if you see that he's not much on connecting with his children, okay, some of you singles out there, you know what the future just might look like if you should have children, with, that father. It's a communication that you should be looking for. And if you're not receiving that communication or you're not seeing that communication, then you best believe that there are some issues going on. That is why, if you are a father and you are aware of your children, if you have to call up the mother and make arrangements, so be it. If she's not willing to make arrangements, then you have to get the legal system involved. That communication is crucial, and that could be affecting whether or not you meet someone who is quality. Because if that woman has a relationship with her children, she is going to, look to see if you have a communication with your children, single dads. Okay. So, Royce, I appreciate you just taking the time out to talk. Thank you so much, okay? And I thank you, listeners, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen. Father's Day is every day, isn't it, Royce?
Pretty much.
And Father's Day can come in the form of a letter. It can come in the form of sitting down next to your child watching TV. Fathers can go shopping. Fathers can play games. Fathers can walk. Fathers can buy gifts. Fathers can, do so many things just to say, I love you. Isn't that right?
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, as always, for taking the time out to listen. Royce wants to add something before we go.
Okay, and this month me, Weston, and Victor, we'll put his channel name in the link in the description below. But Mr. VBK6, we're going to be making a movie on our YouTube account, JJ Tub. It's going to be Joss and John and Lightning Tornado 2. So please go check those movies out, and yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, as always, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen. Please do check the description box, and to God be the glory.